Hello, everyone. From where you are, welcome to our podcast. So, as you can see us today, we have lots of people who are going to talk about fear, and everyone will define fear according to his understanding. And we would like you to also comment there and tell us what you understand with the term fear. And I would like them to introduce themselves. Yep, let's start from there.
All right, I thought it's supposed to be ladies first, but anyway, my name is Robert Atwine. I'm from Uganda. I'm from Barara, the land of milk and honey. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy for everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi guys. My name is Francis Wanjiru, but on social media, Wanson Junior, all platforms. Yeah, glad to be here on this set today, just to share my intel on fear.
Polo. Thanks.
Okay, my name is Kandri, and I'm happy to be in this podcast today. Thank you.
Okay, so my name is Dennis, and I'm your host today. And I would like everybody to define what he and she understands about the word fear. Yeah, you can tell us more about it. So, as Mr. Robert said, we will start with the ladies. Thank you.
Definition of fear, according to me, is unpleasant emotion caused by threat of pain, anger. Yeah, just a simple definition from my side.
I would say it's a complex emotion, or it is the way human do behave or respond to either anticipated danger or maybe something like that. Simply, that's how I put it down.
You're saying it's like an emotion.
It's an emotion. It's a complex emotion and it can be described in so many ways.
Or you're saying that fear depends with the situation someone is in.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Well, for me, I see it as an emotion that serves to protect us. Because, like for instance, let's say a car is coming to hit you. What makes you jump off the way? There's fear, right?
Yeah, sure.
You're afraid of what is happening or what is coming. So for me, it's simply a way of life.
Yeah, it's just like a basic survival instinct. It is the way our body responds to that anticipated
Danger.
occasion. It could be an accident. It could be something else like social fear.
So, you said the positive side of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have the negative side of it, but we'll come to that later. So, Mr. Robert.
All right, thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Absolutely.
Like you said, fear has both the positive and negative side. But on the description of fear, I can put it this way: like it's a universal human emotion characterized by anxiety, apprehension, or dread in response to threat or danger. So, if you've ever given a public speech, your first time you give a public speech, what do you feel?
Anxious?
Yeah, anxiety.
Feel anxious.
And you think about a lot of things.
Yeah.
What are these people going to think of me? How are they going to look at me? Am I smart enough? The word is coming out of me, how are they going to take them? The choice of words. A lot of things are in your mind. So that is fear. And we live with it on a daily basis.
You know?
And there are some people who live on with it thereafter.
Mhm.
You find it's very hard for them to address like a public gathering
Uh-huh.
because of that fear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if I may ask, what are the triggers? What can trigger someone?
What can trigger fear in someone?
Yeah. What can trigger you?
Already you mentioned physical triggers. Some people fear cockroaches, snakes, spiders,
So,
depending. We are different.
that is phobia. Yeah,
But
phobia.
it's still fear. But
Yeah.
those are physical triggers.
So, what are the emotional effects of fear? The emotion that can be caused by fear?
So I think by this one I can start by saying if you're afraid of something, you tend to feel like you don't want to be exposed depending on how you feel by yourself.
So, you're saying you might be afraid of what people think of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Precisely, it can affect your work performance
Yeah.
because it drains your confidence.
Exactly.
Okay.
On the same point, like let's say you're being told to address a group of people, like let's say the way you're here right now. The moment you start thinking about what Dennis is going to think about what I'm about to say, how do I bring it, how does my speech come out, you start second guessing yourself. It affects the way you present that speech at that particular moment. And then when you go down and you sit and start reflecting, like, if I had this, I would have done this and that. So it really affects the output of what you're giving in towards the people you're with at that particular moment.
Okay, so it decreases the productivity of something.
Yeah.
How can fear affect someone's emotions?
Can give you stress. Can cause you stress.
Stress?
Once you have fear, most of the people tend to have stress.
Okay.
Tend to be in a depression. Like they tend to be affected emotionally, like mentally also. And for example, like if you have a fear of your health, that is, if you care more or you are thinking more about what. For example, if one comes, or when you go to an outside country or maybe to overseas, most of the people go through what we call health tests. I mean, not health tests, but health tests. Okay?
Okay.
So I think 70% get too much to expose to what we call fear, because you're worried about, okay, what will be my results, what will be my outcomes.
Okay.
So it affects you mentally. You find yourself so stressed, and it affects you mentally, because if you're working in a place that you're supposed to be more productive than, because the reason why they hire you is to be more productive and to bring new ideas. So you find if you have that fear or if you have the stress, you might not be able to perform like you're supposed to or you are anticipated. So that's my point.
Okay, so you have talked about stress. Something else?
Disbelief.
Disbelief.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like you see, the moment I'm fearing, like I fear of the unknown, especially now. I don't know what to think. I'm in a situation, like let's say I'm in a confined space. Maybe the place is about to collapse.
Okay.
And someone is even calling you and telling you, "Don't worry, all will be okay." How will I believe that all will be okay? I'm in a confined space, like I'm literally struggling even to get the breath that I'm taking in right there, because when your body is in panic, like emotions are running through your body, you don't know what to think, like what's going to happen next. You're afraid, oh, this place will collapse, I'll die inside here. And then you want me to believe it's going to be okay. It becomes the hardest thing to think of that time. Then another thing, at the same time, fear brings, it gives you the capability to hold on to things. Like you start believing, if I do things, this is the only thing that works right for me. So you tend to hold on things. You're not even open to new ideas, because you're like, what if I try this new idea you're bringing on board? Is it really going to work for me? See, that disbelief now, it makes you end up holding on to things.
Okay.
So yeah, but
It's like a barrier.
yeah.
So we can say something like procrastinating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll postpone always. You'll be like, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it the day after, the week after, and eventually you'll never do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, something that we call procrastination,
Yeah.
it affects most of us. Yeah. I was a victim, so.
Crazy.
But right now, But-
please.
so yeah, something like.
And most of the men will say that I'm going to buy socks this month. And then it comes the end of the month, you don't buy.
And if I don't-
And when you have money, you're not wise. But when money is gone already, when you spend your money, that's when now it comes back like, no, this month I will buy socks. And then money comes, you buy other stuffs. Then you say,
If I don't buy socks, even marriage itself, as a young man,
Yeah.
fear of responsibility, fear of commitment. Also, you're like, next year I should marry. Age is catching up with me. Then the year reaches, but still, I need to build a good house. I need to acquire this. I need to have land. So it's fear on a deeper level, but it's preventing you to do what you want to do. So you're like, I'm supposed to marry next year. Then next year reaches, you push it again to the next year. Next year becomes next year. Almost like acid.
No, you see, I have to.
So that's what fear can do. And fear is such a big thing. Even Jesus himself in the Garden of Gethsemane, when he was about to be executed, to be hanged. Even himself, he said, Lord, pass this cup from me, something like that.
Okay.
Also, he had the Lord himself.
Cup of tears.
It came to him, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's happening to each and every person, daily basis. Because I remember also, I was telling you, oh, you know what? I'm starting the gym. I came one day and then I felt a lot of pain in muscles and all that. This is that day I'm like, oh, I don't want to,
So
to
you-
face that kind
you
of
fear
pain
the
again.
outcomes.
Yeah, the fear came and then I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do it again.
Okay, so that brings me to procrastination. I think we should have a session talking about procrastination and how people can overcome it, because it really affects a lot of people. And if someone can work on himself, him or herself, and procrastinating things, he might boost his life by 1% every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest. So for the mental effects, we can talk of anxiety, stress. Yeah, stress is it's a broad field.
It's one that I was
So
taking
stress is
to
one
expound.
day.
Stress, you end up with depression.
Death. You cannot see again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's a big topic.
And now, so I want all of us to cooperate, and everyone should give a story of himself or someone, how he overcame fear or how she overcame fear, and how you can help the audience who is listening right now to overcome the fear that he or she is having.
Number
Yeah.
one.
Oh.
Okay, it's normal. It's normal to have fear in life.
Okay.
It's normal to have fear in life. And what fear does,
Uh-huh.
fear motivates us to take action or to avoid danger. Okay, that's the first thing that fear does. And the second thing that fear does is to help us avoid harm. By prompting us to avoid potential situations that we come across. Okay, and it can be so disruptive. Okay, so that's it.
Okay, so you talked about overcoming something like danger.
Yeah, one thing what you can do, you have to, when you want to overcome fear, you have to first identify the kind of fear that you are having.
Okay.
First, identify the kind of fear that you have.
Okay.
What fear do I have? Identify.
Can I overcome fear of it?
Then from there, after overcoming that, after identifying the kind of fear you have,
So first step is identifying.
Identifying.
Ah, okay. What's
You
your fear?
identify-
Maybe if it's a phobia.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is it phobia? Is it something we call learned or learned emotion?
Mhm.
That is, we learn fear by seeing things, or maybe cultural influences, or maybe imagination,
Yeah.
be it real or
Even
imagined.
yes.
Or watching horror movies.
Yeah, or watching scary
Yeah.
movies.
Oh.
So,
Even what you're told,
Weakness.
actually.
so if you want to overcome fear, you must identify what kind of fear do I have. Then there you can now start challenging your thoughts. Like, is what people say real or just imagined? For example, people will fear dogs just for nothing.
Yeah.
And she have not have been beaten.
You don't fear
fear
dog?
my cousin.
Okay? Another one will fear a cat.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you have to identify first the kind of fear that.
So you have talked more about phobia, because fearing a dog, that is a phobia. Fearing a cat, it's a phobia, cat phobia. So
You have a point.
what about? Huh?
Yeah, it's a point.
Okay.
No, the dog is okay. The dog killed my cousin, so it's not a problem. I want to use just a practical example.
Mhm.
I've been a leader throughout all my school days. At first, I used to have a fear for addressing the public speech, these things. So you think, what will people think of me? How are they looking at me? And when you look into the crowd, of course, everyone's eyes are on you.
Yeah, they're staring at
Yeah.
you.
So now you'll be distracted. Even what you're going to present, you end up losing focus, you lose the words, everything. So how do you overcome this? First of all, if you're addressing people, the crowd you're talking to, don't look at everyone. you can like select one person. You focus your eyes like in a corner on an individual. And that will act as a distraction to what you are thinking and imagining what are these people thinking. It can help you to present what you're presenting.
Okay.
Then also, like every time you get a chance to address, take it up. Don't give in to fear. They call you. Actually, we have a group meeting. Can you come and present something on this topic? And you're like, I'm not prepared enough. How are people going to take me? What? You let the chance go. You'll never overcome the fear. So every time you get a chance to address people, take it up. They invite you to be an MC, take it up. They invite you to present something, take it up. So in the due process, you end up overcoming it. And
Yeah, you have to challenge your thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. I have a point to add on this. I remember when I started to work, I was like, there's a lot of people above me, ahead, and I was like, how do they manage? I cannot be able to be like them. Then until some of the people left work, I made myself in that limelight that no one can work in this position. Only those people who have stayed here for more than a year or 2 years. Then I was like, oh, I can't manage, I don't know how I can do it. But then I started to challenge myself. Tomorrow, you know what, I'm going, I'll start to imitate that person the way he or she was doing. Okay, tomorrow I go, you have to present yourself. I started to challenge myself, and that's how I made myself in the next step after overcoming those, kinds of fears. I had a lot of, I don't know what I can say, but my self-esteem was, crushed to the ground. You have to sit down, call yourself in a meeting. You have to start challenging yourself. Look at yourself in a mirror and be like, I can do it.
The point that you have talked about is challenging yourself.
Yeah.
So I can say if what Paul said, you identify your fear, the next step is maybe you can challenge yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you challenge yourself and beat the fear.
We can also acknowledge that we are different naturally. We can't all be the same. So there is no one who is perfect 100%.
Yeah.
If I look at Dennis, because you're doing something almost in a perfect way, and then I'm like, I have to be like Dennis. If I can't do it like Dennis, then I'm not doing good enough. But I can do it my own way, and it beats even the way you're doing it.
That's true.
So believing in yourself and acknowledging that we are different naturally. It can help you also to overcome your fear and do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So for me, I'd say when it comes to fear, dealing with fear, you can deal with it in 5 ways. Like there are 5 steps to dealing with fear.
Okay.
One, he would say perfectly, recognizing the fear. Then the second one is identifying why. After you identify why, then there's the next step where you go on and confront it. You need to face your fear.
Like challenging.
Yeah, now that's challenging, right? Then after you challenge the fear, then that takes you to the next step, address it. And then after that, there's daily action. The 5th step is daily action. Because in order for you to be confident, you need to do it time and time again. And if the more you keep doing it now, it makes you start realizing, I'm so good at this. I can do this, I can run, I can go to the gym, I can be the best at the workplace. Yeah, it gives you that now courage and confidence to do it on a daily basis. So, and make sure while you're doing this, don't skip a step. Because the moment you skip a step, it takes you back to square one. And now that's when you start self-doubt, self-disbelief, because you're like, okay, I tried all these things, nothing worked. But in the process, you went too fast, you skipped something. So you just need to go back to the drawing board again and realize, okay, I missed it there. I can try in a different approach, like he said. And I don't have to do something because you're doing it. Because like for me personally, my biggest fear was like saying no to a person. Like I was this kind of guy who will just say yes to everything I'm told, even at the workplace. They tell me something, clearly I won't do it, but I'll say yes, I'll do it.
A good example is when you don't want to go somewhere, maybe you're tired, and someone tells you, hey bro, can we go somewhere? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So you end up disappointing so many people, and it leaves you in a spot where you can't stand for yourself.
That's
but
true.
Fortunately for me, I met one guy who told me, Francis, there is an answer called no in life. And The moment you tell a person, no, there's nothing they can do to you, they won't beat you up, you're grown up, you know? So there's nothing someone will do to you. So I realized, okay. So he comes to me and requests me, hey, you come for work tomorrow? And I'm like, no, tomorrow is my off day. I won't come. I don't need to explain myself. I won't come, period. It's done. So I started now standing up for myself, and it created more peace for me and good rapport with people.
Yeah, I think I can add up to the point if you have time. Also, it's very good to feed your mind with positive vibes. Let's say, for example, you can come from work, you know, what happened at work, just leave it there. If you try to carry it home, you're not going to, you know, feed your mind with positivity. And with this, it's good to create your own manual for daily basis. Let's say, for example, you just come from work. What do I need to do next? Okay, I keep yourself busy. You know, I cleaned yesterday, I need to iron. This is what I normally do. Like, I like organized daily basis life.
Can call it your hobby?
Not really, but a manual to, you know, how I do my things every day to avoid all this negativity and all these kind of things. So feeding your mind with those positive vibes, you will tend to forget what happens. And with this, whatever happened today, tomorrow, remember, you slept when your mind is very fresh, you did positive vibes, you know, communicate with your friends. When you go to work tomorrow, you will be like, oh, I fight with you, how are you, bro? All good? How's life? How's your family? You know, it's creating another day, another life, another opportunity.
It's time for meal. Yeah, when it's time for meal, it's really hard for me to be the first one to take the plate and go to a certain place, you know. You need just to see one person taking the plate. Actually, this happens to everyone. I know most of you will agree.
For what from me? Yeah, I'll always serve myself first.
It's a buffet, but you're afraid. You're just like
that one now you should fight it.
Yeah, mind you, don't get me wrong. I'm a very courteous person. Yes, but I'm with the ladies, but I say ladies first. But if you're taking your time to go get the food, I'm going first. I'll serve myself.
Especially if it's
Stomach
meat.
is yours.
Yeah.
It's okay. And how can we help someone who is maybe he want to overcome fear on approaching something, let's say a goal? You say, like for example, say I want to marry, or I want to achieve a certain thing. You have set a goal. I want to achieve a certain thing by a certain period. So how can he or she overcome that fear? Maybe I want to start something by tomorrow, but I don't know the approach that I will follow. I'm fearing maybe this thing might happen, this might happen, this might happen. So what is the best way for them to beat it? I
can say commitment is a very important factor in achieving goals. You know, when we set goals,
and I beg to differ. When it comes to commitment comes in when you have started something.
Yeah.
When you have started something, that's when you need to be committed. Yeah. So someone who has not started, like he's just procrastinating. Yeah.
Then first you have to set an intention.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? After this, what are you going to achieve, or what do you want to achieve?
After setting the intention?
After setting the intention, that's now when you start challenging yourself, like involving yourself in different perspectives and ideas.
Let us get this person who truly have fear. He has been procrastinating. So you said something to do with setting
an intention is one. Something else is the exposure therapy. You have to expose yourself to that fear. You have to expose yourself to that in a safe manner. In a safe manner, or in a safe environment. It's the only way that you can overcome it. Yeah.
Then we go to commitment.
Yeah. At the same time, like you've set a goal. You want to achieve a goal.
Okay.
So first of all, you need to realize what's deterring you from doing it. Because like the goal is there. You want to start, but you're afraid of starting. So what's making you fear starting this thing?
Someone will tell you, I don't have time.
So we are going back to the
now. See, now when you start saying you're not having time, this is excuses you're making, limiting yourself.
So we need to cut these excuses.
Yeah.
We get someone on how to cut these excuses.
So that's what we need. Like, how can they overcome These excuses, like they want to procrastinate every time, like I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it the day after. So it's, I think the best way is, I bet all of us here, we've been there before.
Yeah.
Set a goal and actually accomplished it. How did you do it? That's what we need to give these people so that they can know. If we've done it, they can do it. Because you cannot tell me to do something you've not done. I'll expect you to tell me, I did this, and I did this, and I did this is how I did it, and I achieved it.
I think the urgency. How much do you want it?
Prioritizing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You make it a top priority. How much do you want it? How far can you go to have it?
So
This will push you to stop these excuses of time, these excuses of fear for failure or rejection or whatever. Of course, whenever you're starting up something, you know, there is like a business.
Yeah.
There is losses and profits. So every goal you set, there is also the possibility for failure.
Yeah.
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 So it's 50-50.
Yeah. So how much do I want this goal? How far can I go?
How much will it?
Yeah.
So you said something to do with prioritizing the tasks.
Yeah.
Let's say you have obviously you cannot have one goal.
Yeah.
Let's say, like for me, I want to go to the gym. I wanna start gym. Again, I wanna start dieting. The first step, or the first fear when it comes to dieting is the expense of the food. You know. So I fear spending my money on food. So like it's an example. It's an example. I'm not doing dieting. So it's an example. So prioritizing. The point is prioritizing. Thank you so much.
I think I will add something, not for myself, but Dennis was like, if you want to help someone who is, under fear, right? Something like this. So for instance, as ladies, we do have moods. The mood is swinging. Today I'm very happy. Tomorrow I'm like, Robert, right? I don't want to even say hi. I'm in my own mood. I'm in my own world like this. So if you want to help someone to overcome the fear, standing in first. You can take 5 minutes, say hi. As you're speaking to him or her, your mind is very focused to another level. And with this, you're going to take that someone from mud, take him or her at least to the water. You cannot show someone to shower, that's it.
Yeah. So
Then the journey is yours. Check someone, there is always time for everything.
okay. This brings me to consistency. Yeah.
Yeah,
You do
exactly.
something consistently, and also you learn the moods of a person.
Understanding human behavior.
Yeah. Okay. How human being works, or I don't know. Yeah. Let's say so. Another thing I can add on that. When it comes to overcoming fear, maybe a fear of approaching something or working towards your goal, I can say the best thing is to stop talking about it and you execute it. Yeah. You quit talking and you start doing it.
Yeah.
You
And
take
you
action.
stop strategizing and now start acting.
And also strategizing, you'll find someone he doesn't even have the strategy itself. Yeah, you'll say, I want to start something. He hasn't even started with the strategy. I should follow this and this and this.
Yeah. I would say if you have a goal without a strategy,
Mhm.
you're planning to fail.
You're planning to fail.
Yeah, you're planning for failure.
Okay.
But if you have a goal, you have to set down a target. You have to work on a plan. How will you execute? And you have to look at the flaws, the cons, everything, positive side and negative side. So you just have to weigh and be ready. Just have neutral expectations, not lingering on one side. You know what I mean? And then the approach that you take really matters. And then once you start, actually I normally say, starting something is very easy, but now the consistency. Like you want to go to the gym. Day one will be, you'll rock there, the gym is nice. Day one you can go and lift weights that
And
are heavy
record
lifted.
videos.
Yeah.
It's not even able to, you're on each and every weight, you're lifting up. Then tomorrow you wake up in the morning, your whole body is sore. Yeah.
So one day,
And then
one day my friend took me to the gym and we did a lot of exercise that day.
Yeah.
But for like 2 or 3 days, and then the 4th day we didn't go.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, today I don't feel like going to the gym,
The
This
excuses
thing
start coming.
needs
Yeah.
some things need company.
Yeah.
And needs motivation.
Yeah, bro.
It's okay. The hardest thing is that, okay, it's very easy to run
Yeah.
10 kilometers, but coming back is the issue. You know, and coming back alone.
It's a
You can walk a mile away, but then coming back, you need motivation. You need a training partner, you see.
Yeah.
So, and when he told me that we are not going today, and then the next day we are still not going, I was like, okay, then
Yeah.
Kaliwali. I stopped going, and I told him, okay, I need consistency.
Yeah.
I don't need to go today, skip tomorrow, and the other day. If we are going, let's go forever. Like every day, let's be consistent.
I have one
But
question
if no
for you.
consistency, Kaliwali.
You said something to do with
this one
preparation,
have
right?
not set your goal well.
Yeah. That is where I was coming. When you started the gym with your friend, did you have a schedule?
You're doing
Like on Monday, we are supposed to. Actually,
No, it was my desire.
okay.
I used to see people go to the gym, and I was like, okay, I think I can still do it. I can also do it. You know?
The
I can
experience.
still, yeah. I can
But
still.
you have no major goal taking you
Yeah.
there.
And,
Just wanted
look-
to experience the gym environment.
There's no plan.
So that's it
Brings us to
also.
the
Take
points I said
photo,
before.
then
Yeah.
tomorrow you're like,
What's
the one I want to
Videos. Okay, to add something on achieving these goals, sometimes the fear that is stopping you from going for your goal can be triggered by like past experiences, for example. For example, in the past you tried on something and you failed. Maybe you tried starting up a business, you ended up losing your money. So now you're trying to set another goal. Maybe you want to do another business, which is of course even different from the business you did in the past. But because you lost your money, you lost your time and resources or whatever, however bad the experience was, it can also affect. So how do you overcome this one? Focus on the present. Whatever happened in the past, it's in the past now.
Yeah.
You're in this day, live through today. Start this business and push it. Focus in the present.
Okay.
If you keep thinking about the past, of course you'll not move. You'll not move any other step forward.
Yeah, that's a learned emotion.
Yeah.
We learn from situations, occasions, observations, and also cultural influences. Like one person, there is a person who did it and he did not go through. So you fear also to start. He lost millions of money, and you say, okay, no, this business won't do well for me. That's a fear that you've installed in yourself.
From another person.
And I can say in Swahili we say kuziwa woga, like someone is selling fear.
They preach
Yeah, you buy fear from someone. Like maybe I can say I want to invest in stocks, but someone will come and tell me, oh, Dennis, don't invest in stocks.
Yeah.
Don't invest in stocks. A friend of mine did this and this and this. He lost all the money. So like this guy is selling the fear, and if
Like
you are weak,
The why fear Bitcoin.
yeah. If you're weak, you're not gonna do that.
So what you're saying is we have one life and we should live it.
Yeah.
If I feel like I need to take this risk, I should go ahead and take it.
Yeah, actually, the fear of taking risks.
People don't realize, but everything you do in this life is a risk. Even stepping outside this door is a risk.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's awaiting outside
You
there.
may slide.
Yeah, anything can happen. So the moment you start seeing life from that perspective, you won't be afraid of taking risks.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow, you're not afraid of waking up
Yeah.
tomorrow because you really want to wake up tomorrow.
You go to work,
Okay? And
cash
so
the bag.
That's it.
And sometimes you are afraid of not setting the alarm.
And you still wake up before the alarm time.
Yeah, you still wake up before the alarm time. It's funny, it's
You're
funny.
waking up, you'll not sleep, of course. You fear to sleep as well.
Like if a sleeper won't wake up in the morning.
Everybody here have experienced fear,
Yeah.
and no one has talked about it apart from Kate.
I talked about mine also.
Okay.
The fear of saying no. I was so afraid of telling people
Yeah, I
no.
was like that. So you
Yeah.
ask me, do you have some money? Yes, of course. Then tomorrow I'm struggling for a property.
I think this fear of saying no, everyone
Everyone has
experiences it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a kind person, it will be hard for you in most cases to say
Yeah,
no.
this
Empathy.
goes to empathetic.
But life teaches you in a hard way. The disappointments you keep getting from your friends, from your family, you end up becoming the hard guy.
Yeah.
So you learn from
Yeah,
experience.
I learn from experiences, and it doesn't have to be from experiences. You can help someone who's going through it. Tell them this and this and this and this. Through your own life experience, you help them before they learn the hard way as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So, at a certain point in life, You learn to say no.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like for me, I was
Okay, I will call you back. You can learn to, right now I'm a bit busy. I will call you back. If you know, it's hard for you to say no, you can look for an excuse of saying no in an indirect way. Because sometimes you find the person you're talking to, for example, it's a parent or what they want, you're not able to agree with them at the moment. And you feel like if I say no directly, maybe they will take it in different way. Yeah, it will be an issue. So you can get a way of playing around with it in an indirect way. Yeah.
And also, when it comes to saying no, there was a book I was reading and it said you should learn to say no unapologetically. Like you say no, and you should not say because of this and this. Don't give excuses.
Yeah.
Dennis, are we going to the gym? No, I'm not. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, but
Dennis,
this also depends on situations.
Yeah.
Like the point I was raising.
Parents.
Yeah. Like there are some people, it's hard for you to tell them no.
Yeah.
For example, like us people who are abroad, people back at home think we have too much money.
We collect.
So they expect too much from us, and yet we also have our own plans and our own things to do. So for example, they are requesting for some money from you to do something that is a bit minor, something that is not that important, and it doesn't even help you in any way. So you want to say no, but you can't directly say, no, I can't give you this money, because it's your parent or your elder brother, and they have done some things for you as well. So you look for instance, you know what, Mom, I'm very busy at work, I'll call you back later. So you avoid it for some time, and you know it will go away after some time.
And when you talk of that, we have things that are important. There are things that are not important. We have things that are urgent and things that are not urgent. So when we talk of important thing, it might be important and not urgent. It might be important and urgent. And it might be urgent but not important, you know. So you should know about this. Because for me, I usually say everything is important. Everything is important, but the priority, is it urgent or is it not urgent? And everything is urgent, but is it important or is it not important? At the moment, to my own personal life, it's my life, and I'm the one who knows my priorities. You cannot tell me, Dennis, can you purchase iPhone 15 or can you purchase this and this? I'll just say no. Why? Because I have my own priorities. Yeah, maybe someone is, if you don't want to save, bro, do whatever you want to do. Yeah.
You can say no to
Yeah, you save, but still you need to enjoy life. You cannot save like,
No, that is not
oh,
enjoy-
no, you know, Dennis is very stingy on another topic.
The thing is that-
You
the
see
thing
what
is
he
you
was
have to
talking
pamper
about?
yourself.
I cannot save,
You have to pamper yourself.
money, he was like, he want to diet,
Yeah.
but he want to save money. What are you talking about?
Why should I diet?
Guys, when it comes to personal life, you have to treat yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't be like,
You
okay, you
prioritize
go to
yourself
work
first.
very early in the morning. Dennis, don't smile. I'm talking to you. You go to work very early in the morning, but you cannot spend like 200 for treating yourself in a month.
It depends on the priorities.
These are the Gen Zs, the guys, Gen Zs that you have
Remind
nowadays.
yourself.
No, I think we should have a topic talking about finance. Talking about finance.
Finance
Sometimes,
is
sometimes it's good to. They usually say, if you want to achieve something, live below your means. Living below your means doesn't mean you should totally stop maybe dieting. Of course, I need a balanced diet, but when it comes to dieting, there is oh my God, how will I put this?
There is
One of
stinginess
my friends.
coming.
Yeah, when it comes to oh my God,
No offense.
living below your means. Living below your means.
Yeah, I think we need to.
Dennis, you're gonna explain
Facebook,
next
richest
time.
man in
For
the
now, we
world.
understand it.
Yeah. So I would like us to finalize this. A word to the audiences, please.
Okay, you have to prioritize yourself. You have to get your daily, you have to get a plan, manual plan for your life. What are you going to do once you wake up? What are you going to do? That small timetable for yourself, and it's going to help you a lot.
Okay, Mr. Paul.
I would say fear is normal, and it's something with human, and it helps us to stay safe. Okay, so but to overcome fear, you have first to identify that fear that you're going through, challenge your minds, and then find a better way of overcoming the fear. That's all today.
Mr. Frank?
Yeah, mine is very simple. One thing you all need to realize, fear is a question. Yeah, in that, you have to ask yourself, what are you afraid of and why? And then you need to realize one thing. Fear is a treasure house. And the moment you overcome it, you'll have the best life you can ever dream of having.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Cheers.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's me, I think, now. We've talked so much about fear. It's been a good, interactive, and educative discussion. But what I can say is that actually overcoming fear is a process that takes time. It needs patience, and a lot of effort. But as well, you need to be gentle with yourself. And you need to not be afraid to seek help when it is needed. Sometimes when you feel it has had like a big negative impact on you, you can go for therapy. You can seek out, like, you know, someone who can help you in this and that. So if you really feel you need to seek for help, then go for it. Don't be afraid to seek for help.
Follow us on our social media channels, YouTube at Desert Vibes Ambassadors, on Instagram at Desert Vibes Ambassadors, and also in all social media platforms at Desert Vibes Ambassadors. Thank you.
Comment, share, and like.
And subscribe.